Hello, all the crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite. Welcome back to Golden Sun, Dark Dawn. I believe there is just one more thing that I've been able to find out that I'd like to do in this game before ending it off, and that is that if we sail down to the southeast corner of the world map in a post-game file, there is a mysterious waterfall which has appeared. I'm still getting Genie back after that last fight. And I believe if I sail around down here, I'm going to be able to find a particular post-game dungeon. The Golden Sun games have a bit of a tradition of sticking a Crossbone Isle or a Treasure Isle sort of entity in their post-game. Should I not put a void back on? I don't know if the monsters down here are going to be the same as they were up above, so I'll leave it off for now. And if I can find that, I don't know if there's going to be a, Oh, I see on the map there's like this thing jutting out on the Gaia Falls area. Alright, not bad. Alright, here. Crossbone Isle. Let's land here, and if I were to get my my land legs back, we can run around, and there should be a dungeon in here. Alright, yeah, we've got a nose. The cave is one eye, this patch of trees is another eye. If I, like, run around on the top of your scalp, will I find a genie? Feels like the sort of place where a genie would hide out, but it seems like there isn't one. Alright. Let's enter the eye, the cave that is Crossbone Isle, and we're gonna make our way through this. So, I don't know if I'm gonna get through this in just, like, this one video. I think if I theoretically could... Oh, there's a mimic. It's been a while since I've seen one of you. I think if I theoretically could get through all this in one video, this would actually be the same length of a Let's Play as Pokemon White was. And if I had managed to, like, maintain the lockstep in the upload schedule, then that would have been just, like, an extremely amusing coincidence to me. Unfortunately, time and computer problems have meant that I wasn't able to do that, but nevertheless, these two games are going to be about the same duration. This one it's probably going to be a little bit longer in terms of hours of my save file because of the I've had to cut out a lot more battles and that kind of thing, and some very long battles. I cut out a lot of backtracking towards the end, but you know what? I'm just going to mash the A button through all this. I don't really feel like dealing with synergy right now. Anyway, we'll see if I don't know. I still have not decided 100% if I'm going to do two games simultaneously next. I probably am leaning towards no, but maybe at a future time I'll be able to pull that trick again. Let's see. This mimic, how much HP does this mimic have? I've been wailing on you for a couple of turns now. 23,000 experience. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to go into my synergy, and I'm just gonna spam wish because I don't really care about wasting PP right now. What's this? That's a glowing green tetrahedral prism for some reason. All right, what's this? Gold. I was kind of expecting another mimic for some reason. Let's see. So this appears to be... Is there anything else in this room, or is it just like ruins and a Zol cube? Quality Zol. And is that it? Is that the treasure of Crossbone Isle, or am I going to be seeing more rooms like this? Let's go back upstairs. This way upstairs, that was the exit, right? I think if I want to, Alright, this one looks more involved. I see a, door on the other side. How... Okay, so I'm guessing I can only do that once. Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of what the purpose of that room down below is. At least the size of that room down below. It's not just for show, it's because I'm gonna have to, fall there if I... Yeah, see, I can't jump on either of those if I want to get to the treasure chest because it's the path forward is being blocked by said treasure chest. Alright. Here, we have a Ginseg. Alright. I believe that's one of those more obscure healing items, and I think I'm gonna have to move this aside. Let's move this. Can I move this way? I feel like I'm not really gonna care. Actually, will I? I will. Never mind. That's going to at least get me to that one treasure chest. So let's move that the other way. And you know what? Will that lead me farther in this side as well? More money. Thank you very much. 110 coins. I'm studying the top screen map. Alright, I don't think if I go left, that will lead me to anywhere. If I go right, I think that will. Although it's hard to tell because there's a couple of other, like, obstacles leading off screen, that kind of thing. Oh, you know what? Is there anything else in this room? There might not actually be anything else in this room. Oh, I need to go that way. Yeah, never mind. Alright, never mind. Ignore me. We can, I think, move this that way. I don't know how I obviously saw... I think I just did a big dumb. Alright, I temporarily took leave of my senses by the looks of things, and I forgot where the other door in this room was. It is off to the left over here, and this should not have taken as long to figure out as it did, probably, but alright. Good job paying attention. Let's see, can I move... There's two of these right next to each other. Can I select this one? Push that way, and can I also push this on top of it, and can I create a shortcut like that? I can. Okay. So if I need to double back for whatever reason, there's a synergy stone here. I guess I don't need to heal very much apparently, but we'll touch it anyway. If I need to double back for any reason, I can take that shortcut. Let's see. This is going to be the downstairs, isn't it? And there's probably going to be another treasure chest or so in here. No mimic, no mimic. 440 coins. I see a ring with another treasure chest in it. That looks like a cursed armor. Demon Mail. I think I actually remember the name Demon Mail from one of the previous games as a cursed armor. Let's just see what that does, shall we? I don't believe I want to really equip it. Cursed and weak against wind. That's actually the same armor factor, the same defense factor as what Tyrell has on now. That will barely increase my my equipment. That will actually lower. That's weird. I thought it was the same for Tyrell. Anyway, not actually that good compared to what I have right now. Interesting. Cursed items, especially late game cursed items, are usually supposed to have high stats. Just, you know, they curse you. So let's go. Wait a minute. Hang on. Can I? This is gonna be really dumb, but. Can I get this from here? And can I also get this from here? Or is that just barely too far out of range? That is just barely too far out of range. Alright. It would have been funny if I could just skip the whole puzzle by doing that, but... I'm still expecting to find another Mimic. That's, that was not the game designer's thought of that ahead of me. So let's just go and see where I can bounce around. And maybe I can, There appears to be a locked door of some sort, so I'm going to have to find some mechanism to unlock it or to lower the door or something like that. There's another one up there, red and blue. Okay. I see approximately where that treasure chest was down below. There's a search. I'm going to have to get closer to that before I can actually reveal it, I think. So let's go here. I did not want to stand there. Hang on. So instead of going straight up, let's go this way. And we can center ourselves in here. If I were to... Oh, you know what? Also, I think I need to move... I see there's a blue glow under this. And that makes me think I'm going to have to just release a button. And that's going to open the locks. There we go. So that is way forward 1. And... to search here, and that is going to be probably something equivalent for red, right? Yeah, okay. So let's release that. And will I actually be able to jump across that and get to the end without having to circle back around? That's the red lock. I cannot jump across that. Oh well. Let's see. Getting to the end, at least to these two gates with the treasure chests, I will be able to find a dumpling, rice dumpling, and in here I will be able to find an apple. Okay, so game's giving me a lot of actually, I think the apple was the only stat-raising item. I can't say the game's been giving me a lot of those. The ginseng and the rice ration are, I think, just unorthodox healing items. So let's go create ourselves a shortcut here. And down on the third floor, we'll just move this because we can. Let me go downstairs and have a look at what treasure might be here for me to find. 660 coins, okay. There's going to be another one, which is going to be this. And that is a gold bar. Orichalcon. It's Orichalcon. Do I want to go back to... Didn't realize that there were random encounters in here. I think that's the first one I've run into since coming inside. Let's see. How many floors are here? Because this is the third one, and I don't know how far it goes. Anyway, as I was saying, do I want to, like... Do I have to do the opposite thing of the last floor? Do I want to go back to Obaba and have her forge? Alright, so that's going to be a yes. Do I want to have Obaba forge my items? At this point? Game, excuse me? That was very strange. I thought for a minute, like, did the game actually freeze on me because it held that pose for so long, but... Let's go and steal some more money. 550 coins. I've probably got, what, 1,500 gold in this dungeon so far? If I jump around... I have a feeling I'm going to have to now navigate the... Like, the fact that when I move some of the blocks into position, they will block my path forward, but they will also... That didn't come all the way up, did it? Oh, yes, it did. I just was confused about what Z level it was on. About which vertical, front and back level it was on. I get the feeling that some of these puzzles, I'm going to have to negotiate the fact that, like, if I move the block, it's going to be in my way, and I won't be able to, like, take that path. For example, this one. What if I wanted to get to that blue switch? For example, I'd now have to move this aside. And we now have to sit through that whole song and dance. The red one's going down. Don't know why the shaking lasts so much longer than the actual, like, movement. This was here originally. Alright, I think I'm gonna need all the colors, I think. So the green I'm gonna have to get to. Blue I'm gonna have to get to. Red I'm gonna have to get to, and I think yellow is not needed. If I move this, I'm just gonna fall. I feel like if I moved that, I would just fall. Alright, anyway, let's go move this one. And I see that rose the red, the blue into the air, and I can go around that. And I can use that to get to this. Okay. That is a dumpling. This would be a good time to mention that I haven't eaten lunch. Again. One of these days I will learn to do that before recording Golden Sun games, but at the same time, that might not ever happen again, because I believe this is going to be my last recording session. So that's going to Yeah, we're gonna have to sit through that. And now I want to go the opposite direction. You all remember in Bravely Second and Lair how, like, probably more than half of those little skits that would appear in various dungeons were just based on what food the party was cooking? Bravely Second was such a good game. Alright, so we've got everything but red. Where can I go to move a red? That's gonna be this one. I think... Alright, now that I've crossed over, I can just move this one back. And, can I take this all the way to the end? I think I can. No. Not quite. Game, why is this so tedious? Can I go around this one like this? This is kind of what I was mentioning when I said that the blocks were going to be simultaneously creating my path and blocking my path a little while ago, and I think I can do basically the same trick on this green one. I'm just going to cut away until I get around that one, because that's going to take like half a minute, and it's going to be mostly screen shake. Aside from the amount of time that it takes to go through these transitions, this would actually be another fun idea to steal for Wizarducks in the Lost Tap, because all of the pieces that I would need to create a puzzle like that are already in the game. I wouldn't have to do pretty much any additional programming to make that happen. It would just be a matter of, like, linking up objects that can move and pressure plates and activations and that kind of thing. Anyway, that is 880 coins. Let's see, what else do we have down here? I don't see any other treasure chests on the map. There is one. Oh, you know what? I feel like there's kind of a fog of war when I get... there's kind of a fog of war. It looks like the treasure chests only get marked on the map when you get a certain distance to... a certain, like, distance away from them. Dark matter. I cannot remember what that would be for. I guess I could go look at the description in the inventory. It's, what the... Who has it? Oh, Aelio has it. That's what it's for. That's a forgeable material. Should I go and do that just to see what it is? I could leave and come back. Oh, Obaba is not, like, that far away. But anyway. Oh, great. It's gonna be hoppity puzzles. And this is gonna be a hoppity puzzle that I can only, like, take one way. Alright, firstly, let's just treat this as a throwaway. Money! And I'm gonna fall down. Alright, secondly, we are going to go after this treasure chest. That is a dry lizard. And there doesn't happen to be any more treasure in here, does there? No, doesn't look like it. Alright, we're gonna fall down. Thirdly, let's see where I actually have to go. So up in this direction, there, I'm sure, is a locked gate. That's the shape that the locked gates were in the previous level. So let me go around this way. And if I can... Oh, that was dumb. I can't get out of there. I can't, Alright, so I also do see, however, there's a carpet retractant post. So I believe the way that I'm going to want to get over there is to stand some distance away from it. And I'm going to have to actually think about where I go now, but if I manage to find a place where I can, like... okay, I thought these were all lined up with each other, but it doesn't look like they are. I feel like this level is ironically going to give me quite a bit more trouble than some of the other ones, which is surprising. I'm looking at the top screen map to see if I can figure my way around, which is surprising because, like, there's nothing in the way here. This is all just figuring out how you can carve a path through this room. I'm gonna want to go this way because the right side doesn't line up. Can I stand here, use grip, jump over jump over that one floating rock, move this aside, and open the door, and now we can continue on this way. Yeah, there we go. I had a feeling it was going to be something like that. So this is going to be the Iris Robe. So that is very much not cursed. Tyrell, how goes that Iris Robe for you? Let's see. That's going to be in your inventory. That is going to be Planet Armor, Asura's Armor, Iris Robe, Minerva Helm. Tyrell can't equip the Iris Robe, but I can't. Karis can equip slightly improved defense. Reeve can equip even more slightly improved defense. Hemi can equip. All right, I'm gonna give that to Hemi. She gets the biggest bonus out of that, and I think we're just gonna have to go through this again. But I think we're in the clear now. So I see on the map, and the top screen map does make this so much easier than it would have been. There's a Carpe Retractant post up there. How do I actually get to that? These are not in alignment. Is there anything else that I might have missed in this room? Like if I go here, there's no way for me to get over to... And there's no other... Oh, wait, yes there is. Alright, I'm dumb. So, we're gonna go use grip. Gonna fly over to this side. And now I believe it's a straight shot to the next door. Definitely was one of the more difficult ones there. So, what is this? B7? How many are there gonna be? We'll keep going. And that's, it's locked onto the wrong one. Where's my stylus? I want this one. There we go. And now I can just push that one. Would not mind if I didn't have to do that again. Let's see. Before we get to something resembling a boss, I think I will go back to Obaba. Mimic? Mimic! Alright, I was right. There are 2 mimics in here. That one was just, like, too obvious. That one was basically just, like, on a pedestal. I was not at all surprised to see that there was a mimic there. Should I don't have any genie ready to summon. That's fine. Alright, let's just hit you with synergy. I'm not gonna pay super close attention to what synergy I'm hitting you with, but I just want to watch fancy animations. So, Tyrell, use Planet Driver. Everyone likes Planet Driver. It's a fun animation. Let's see. Anyway, I think right before I get into something that looks like a final boss, I will go back to Obaba and have her forge materials. I don't know if the shortcuts that I have created will preserve, because oftentimes in this game they don't, which is annoying, but we'll, at least I know how to get through them, even if it's going to take a minute. I feel like at this point I should be able to just hit you with swords and you'll go down. We'll, hopefully get some good items out of, like, the Dark Matter and the Orichalcon and whatnot. Let's see. So, Centurion is my, my unload attack, apparently. 23,000 experience. I did get like 17,000 from a couple of enemies that I fought here and there, so we're getting good experience. This is a 10 coins. All right. Anything in the back? That looks like a teleporter. So there's going to be one on the other side too. Yes. Alright, should I step on it? Let's step on it. Where's this gonna go? This looks boss-like. Okay, I'm turning around. Unless the game takes over for me. I want to see the rest of this place before I fight a boss. I want the Crossbone Isle boss to be like the end. Is there really nothing else? Alright. Let's go around, before we travel ourselves further, let's go around this side. And... there is an equivalent... There is an equivalent on this side, so if I go and search here, is that going to lead me to something else? Maybe that wasn't the boss. If it's going to be another imposing-looking walk-up, then who knows? Maybe it's instructions on how to get to the boss or something. It does look an awful lot like that last one. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back upstairs. My curiosity is really getting the better of me, though. Fine. Let's see. What's this? Hello? Okay. Hi. I am the Shadow, the Keeper of Light. If you want the sun's power, show me your own. I guess this is a boss. Dul Holland. That was, okay, that is 2 L's. Alright, so that is definitely the name of a boss from the first Golden Sun game? Or was it the second, the Lost Age? I can't remember which one I fought you in. Why did I not de-equip all my genie just as a precaution? Why did I... Alright, whatever. So, let's go and start by lulling a foe to sleep. That's not going to do anything. Boost party agility. I just want to have a lot of genie ready to go. Boost party attack, sure. Sounds good. Boost party defense. That's probably important to have. And lastly, I'll save the damage reduction ones for a little later. Revive, lock synergy, probably not going to work on a boss. Alright. So we're raising my defense. And you are going to... I assume change what elements you're weak to. Alright, you get multiple moves, as many of the previous bosses have. Alright, your synergy is sealed. I don't know if that's really going to be terribly important. My agility goes up, so I guess I'm going to get to go first a couple of times. I took a lot of damage. Oh, wow. Alright, I skipped an animation, and I don't know what it was, but it was probably a lot. Let's see. Can I negotiate a temporary ceasefire just to have that genie ready to go? Revive a downed ally with near certainty. Entangle foes so that each ally can attack. That's that multi-hit one, which I think is kind of cool. Actually, it's like beat up in Pokemon. Restore HP, please. And lastly, doom all enemies. Not gonna work, definitely, but I won't say no to having a genie. So, I'm healed. Chain. 169, 113, 47, and 130. That was about 500 damage, I think. Yeah, you're not going to be affected by Doom. There is no way. Oh, you're recovering hit points too gradually, huh? That's a pain. Boost resistance. That also doesn't sound like a bad thing to have. I guess we'll just do a regular attacking one. Restore party HP. I'll keep that one around. Boost party attack again. And I think on the next turn I'm going to start summoning things. On the next turn I'm going to just summon whatever I've got. Alright, so that's going to raise my attack. Probably not going to really do that much. Chili. Or was that chill? Is that again, 2 L's or is that an L and an I? Mellow. And you are going to cast Bind, which is going to be sealing Tyrell's synergy, which hopefully isn't going to really make that much of a difference. Crucible. Wait a minute. That's one of mine. Oh, you're one of these. Okay. I don't like it when you use my synergy against me. When you use my summon against me. You definitely just used a bunch of my genie. That actually kind of sucks. Okay, can we not do that, please? I'm gonna use... Maybe I won't because I'm on the slower... Oh, God. That wasn't, like... That wasn't a small summon, either. Alright, I can't, what I really do want to do is just forfeit and start over. Let me down myself on purpose. Alright. I know what your game plan is. I can probably at least summon rush you to do a lot of damage to you before you have the chance to do anything to me. Because if, like, I think you're, The big attacks. I feel like when you've done the big attacks on me, they've been on the last turn, when the rest of my party has a chance to move first. So if I can at least get like 4 really good summons off before you get to do that, I'll at least be able to put a hurting on you before you can really like do anything inappropriate. And then I can switch to my parties in backup too, and we can play with my backup party. But we'll probably need the entire team in order to take this guy down. I'm sure, because you are a late game super boss. But we'll see how far I can get on that strategy. You don't have any annoying defending tactics the way that the last guy did in that hidden island in the North Sea was, whatever it was called. So that's good. It seems like you're literally just like a knight who likes to summon things on me. Maybe you were from the Lost Age. Let me see if I can look that up while this is just playing out. Golden Sun, The Lost Age, and Golden Sun, Dark Dawn, yes. Okay, so not the first game. I guess that's just probably the exact same mechanic that you had in the first game, too, at that rate. Was one of the other super bosses in this game also just summoning my own genie on me? I think there might have been another one in this game that was doing that, too, and that was kind of annoying. Or were they, like, disabling my genie? Maybe they were disabling my genie, which is also a thing that I think some of them can do. There was the one that was possessing me, which was probably the most interesting from a I've never seen this in battle before point of view. Anyway, so my team is dead. I'm going to return with a slightly more prepared game plan, and we'll yeah, sir. Actually, it would be cheaper if I just used revive on my own, wouldn't it? You know what? Because I respawned in Champa, let me go to Ababa just like right here. Because she's just upstairs. So if I give you, and I'm going to actually have to remember who has the items that I can give you to make things happen. Quality Zol. I know you've done something with this before. Mithril Silver. There's also Orichalcon and Dark Matter. So there's at least those 4. There might be others that I've forgotten about. I was going to say that looks like a pair of like pliers or something. But that is the Verdant Sword. I think I've already got one of those. I might already have one of those. If I give you my second... I thought I had 2 Quality Zol, but maybe I don't. If I give you a... Stop. No. A Mithril Silver is the other thing in Amelia's inventory. You can have the Mithril Silver. That turned into a Silver Longbow. Alright, a couple of my party members can make use of those. Wait, no, there's more. Hang on. There's another Mithril Silver. And we can have that turn into, it looks like another Silver Longbow. Alright, thanks, I think. I know that what these items turn into are usually randomized from a choice of, like, a handful of items. Who else had something? There is Orichalcon and Dark Matter. Alright, let's see what we can get for those. Oh, there's another Mithril Silver. Let's see, that is going to be a Mithril Armlet, which is something slightly different. Alright, so the Orichalcon is going to turn into... I've really got a lot of stuff, don't I? Cosmos Shield. When I was scrolling through my inventory, I also happened to see that I still got more Quality Zol. Anyone else? Anyone else have any Quality Zol? No? Alright, so this is really like the last, not 1, but 2 of them. So let's see what we can do with the qualities. I wanted to give that to Obaba, not one of my party members. Air Bangle. Don't think I've seen one of those before. Your second or third or fourth, I've lost count, Quality Zol is going to turn into another pair of pliers. That's another Verdant Sword. That's what, the third one of those that we got. And is the Dark Matter the last one that you've got? The last one that I've got for you? Alright, let's see what we can do with the Dark Matter. Oh, that's a cursed item, isn't it? Dark Sword? It's glowing red, which cursed items often are. Is that the last thing? Alright, so that was the last thing. Let's have a look at what exactly you can do with all of that stuff that you gave me. the Verdant Sword, or the pair of pliers, as it were, is going to raise Amidi's attack by a lot. Raise Himi's attack by a little. Raise Karis's attack by a lot. Alright, so maybe it's a good thing that we got multiple of these, because I'm gonna give that to Karis. We're gonna give... Alright, so the Verdant Sword is better than the Silver Longbow. We've also got, Mithril Armlet, which I believe is also new. Raise Reef's defense by quite a bit. Amidi's defense by more. We're gonna give that to Amidi. Let's see, who else was collecting these fancy items? Yeah, the longsword is cursed. Just out of curiosity. That's not even that much better than the Soul Blade. Alright, it is better than Phaeton's Blade, but still, for a cursed item? Alright, so let's give the Verdant Sword to, Alright, we've seen that one before. Amidi can have that. Was there a third Verdant Sword somewhere? Ninja Garb, Hagbone Mace, Cosmos Shield. This is one of the new ones. That's gonna, like, almost double my defense. Alright, I'm gonna take that. And I don't believe I've got any other defense shield-like items, do I? You can have the 2 Weasel Claws, because nobody cares about Weasel Claws. And, anything else? Silver Armlet, Air Bangle, boosts wind power, so that's... Is that something that I am gonna regret doing? Well, same power as my Jester's Armlet. I'm gonna actually try and give the Jester's Armlet to a wind-type user. Who's wind-type? So that's gonna be Karis or Himi. Where's Himi? I mean Sveta. Sveta's... Alright, that's... Alright, maybe I will equip this then. Just in case I don't know, use a wind-type genie or something like that. Anything else? Was that it? I think that might have been it. For some reason, I feel like there was another Verdant Sword or something, but alright. Let's get out of here. Back to the bottom of the Crossbone Isle. Oh, good. These shortcuts have stayed where they are. That saves me so much time. Alright, so let's go down to, I guess I got past this one already. I thought that was the one where I stopped on. Really? How many were there? I lost track. Anyway, alright, so down below was where we took those teleporters, which didn't really end up in my favor. Okay. Does it matter which way I go first? Or can I... I'm guessing that things are gonna happen if I move to the left or to the right. Okay, so I'm guessing that also would have happened if I moved it the other way. Let's see what happens if I move it the other way. Go there, and is that going to make things worse? Or make them worse in a different way, or in the same way? Very much the same way. Okay, so, note to self, don't do that. I do kind of remember a dungeon from the Lost Age where, like, if you did a certain thing, or if you stepped in a certain area, then you would, like... Okay, I was hoping that I could get around there. I don't think I can, though. Anyway, your path would suddenly be blocked by, like, a lot of rocks or something like that. Can I reveal? Can I push you backwards or anything like that? No. You know, this is gonna be like a crazy idea, but what if I push you aside? and then try to, like, move you back. Will the things restore if you're not on that one? Something's happening. No? Nothing continues to happen? Okay. This might be an even crazier idea, but what if I actually have to fight the boss down here, Dahlon, before I can move on? Like, what if I actually have to do something that involves fighting this boss, and then when I come back, I'll be able to do something up above. Alright, you know what? Oh. This also forms a skull. That's adorable. I'm gonna end this off here. Next time, we are going to fight Dalhallen, and we are going to see if we can make it through the rest of this dungeon, and I believe that's gonna be it for this game. My name is Dragonite. This has been Golden Sun Dark Dawn. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.